So this should take us through the example real student essay. Before we get started here, I want to point out a couple of things. One is when you put your page number in here, that's just insert page number, right? And then you physically click in here on the vast majority of word processing software now, and you just type your name in. So if you take that at the insert page number, just 1, 2, and so on, it's not create a header, right? Not create a header. So here I just write the last name and a space, and that follows through all the way. The next thing is, it's very common for people to have extra spaces here because Microsoft Word and virtually every word processing program inserts a space after the paragraph. In Microsoft Word, you go up here and click the paragraph, click remove space after paragraph. Here in Pages, if I had the extra spaces in, it would look something like this. See how it just stretches it out? You do not want that, right? You do not want that, so I'm going to take that out of there. And the next thing after that is, see this, there's no extra space here, right? And this is not in bold, it's not in italics, and the only reason there are quotes here is because I put the actual essay title in. So there's not, it's not something like this, right? Don't do that, right? Don't make it stand out in any way. Don't do that. Don't do that. All right, don't make it much larger, and this is a very common error. Don't do that. All right, this is just 12 points, fine. All right, and notice that it's okay for this to be jagged. You do not need to justify this side of it, but this side does need to be ruled here. All right, everything, remember, should print out at about an inch, right around an inch. All right, so that's the gist of this first part. Remember to have all 4 items here. That's your name, my name, and then you all are English 1301 dot either .081 if you're in my evening class on Tuesday night, or .701 if you're here on South Campus. And then just write in the actual date that you're turning this in. And this is how the whole citation is going to look. We just had it down to the paragraph number before when we originally looked at this, just for ease. That's not really the correct way to do it for MLA format. If we were going to get really finicky, we don't have to do this either for right now, but in the future we're going to look a lot like this. The author's last name, the page number, and just for the separation here, our book takes it down to the paragraph, so that's just P-A-R-A period, and in this case it's paragraph 1. Right? We don't need Brooks because we already know who this author is. In fact, the whole essay is going to be about Brooks, our imperfect student essay here, so we can take this out for right now, and it'll just be 566 semicolon para 1, and notice that the punctuation is here. Right? Punctuation's at the end. When you're doing MLA format with the citation here, because it would be really weird if you had a period here too, right? You'd have double punctuation then, but not if you had some sort of different closing, some sort of punctuation that you want to note. Then you would leave it if it's a question mark, exclamation mark, or something like that. The vast majority of cases it's going to look just like this, so make all of yours look just like this. So 566, we're still on page 566 for the second paragraph, and I think for the fourth one we would actually change this to 567, I believe. And so on. Right, so the whole page, we'd switch them up in the paper like that. When we get to the end, it is okay to have space here at the end. It's okay if we chop down some trees in this class. We're not necessarily for saving paper. We want it to look correctly. Go all the way to DOE 5, and it's okay if this says DOE 5 here. This is not a paper that you don't create this extra and then tack it on at the end. This is integral. It's part of the document, right? There's just extra space here is all. You want it to start clean because in the future we're going to have a lot more citations. So in the citation we have here, I just took from our book, right? I just took from our book. It's on page 123 in the Little Viking Handbook. It's a selection from an anthology, a work in an anthology, right? And we know that the author always comes first, then the title, remember in quotes because it's shorter, and then full books are italics or underlined in MLA. Italics is the way to go here recently. We're in the 13th edition. And then our editors, city of publication, Boston. This is from the Pearson the Publisher, published in 2015. And this is the part a lot of people forget. This is the page numbers for the Brooks essay. Vast majority of you have actual textbooks, so the physical pages that it's on is 566 to 568, and you're indicating that you have a physical book here when you say print. That's the vast majority of you, right? And that should do it for the basics of getting into the right